Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into Alien Earth, one of the most highly anticipated series in the franchise. I'm a huge fan of Alien, including Prometheus, which I think is underrated and often unfairly dismissed in my opinion. But let's get started and let's talk about episode 1. This episode opens about explaining the race for immortality, split into 3 paths: cyborgs, synths, and hybrids. Whichever technology wins would determine not only who survives, but which corporation ends up ruling the universe. This idea immediately pulls you in. It's all about power, control, and the future of humanity. I also love how the series mirrors the original 1979 Alien film, nostalgia of the cryo sleep chamber, the crew gathering around a table having conversation, and even the subtle details in their clothing. Not only that, it also kind of mirrors the Aliens 1986 sequel movie as well, regarding the soldiers in Prodigy. The mission focused on saving alien specimens. Now, we have some specimens that look familiar and some don't. And I don't know what the hell that is, but I am very curious and want to know more. We meet Wendy, a sick young patient about to undergo a transformation from human to synthetic. Her memories will remain, but her physical body will change completely. When Cavalier asks Wendy if she wants to see a magic trick, we see her watching Peter Pan. The moment is rich with symbolism, like Peter Pan, who never grows old. This Wendy is about to enter a ageless existence free from sickness and decay, yet cut off from the natural cycle of life. Just as Peter whisked Wendy darling away to Neverland, Cavalier may be leading her into a Neverland of synthetic life, where there's no return and no way to reveal her true identity to her brother. The Lost Boys parallel is equally powerful. Children suspended in time, separated from the world they once knew. Much like the new generation of Sis, Wendy is now tasked with guiding, especially when the little girl asks Wendy, "Are we going to be able to go home after this procedure?" And Wendy says no. And so there are some symbolism when it comes to the Peter Pan of that type of story. And so I thought that was an interesting concept. Now, Kirsh believes Wendy is no longer human and shouldn't be called one. Now, Kirsh is very blunt, okay? And from his perspective, it's very truthful. You know, he feels like, why are we talking to Wendy as she's human and we know who she really is? But unlike Dame Sylvia, she disagreed, insisting that Wendy's human mind makes her human in essence, and even suggested increasing her emotional stimulation. I have a feeling these two characters are going to clash a lot and going to bump heads because they have a different way of a perspective of human versus AI. Now, these clash hits at a deeper conflict about the identity and the definition of humanity. Now, Wendy's first assignment is to be a big sister to help other children through their transition, which we see in a striking montage of each child crossing that threshold. Now, we also meet Murrah, a stern cyborg whose presence feels off from the start. He's later revealed to have caused the death of his crew. Though I suspected it was all a setup, his real mission seems to be tracking Cavalier. Now, Wendy later spots her brother, a medic, triggering a heartfelt flashback to their childhood, and she clearly misses him. And when he's in danger, she's determined to help. Now, Kirsh, however, warns that her brother is going to die and uses an analogy from the animal kingdom to say she's no longer prey, but something else entirely, deliver a chilling commentary on the future humanity. Now, I like where Kirsh's perspective shows Wendy like, hey, please see the big picture of what is going to happen regarding your brother. But I also enjoy Wendy's perspective because in the end, Wendy still chooses to save her brother, her human sense of love and loyalty. And I have a feeling Wendy is going to be very independent throughout this series. And when I mean about that, I mean that she's going to start having a mind on her own and making her own decisions, because she is having a lot of disagreements with Kirsh, and especially one of the crew members that was part of the transformation part. He asked her to move and she said go around. So it seemed like she would not be playing no games this season, and I'm here for it. Okay, so episode 1, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a little bit too long. I thought it was gonna be a 30-minute of each episode, but realizing I do feel like I'm glad it is an hour long, because it breaks down what we need to know regarding the character, the backstory, and the history overall. So it set the stage beautifully, introducing the political, ethical, and emotional stakes, while giving us a clear picture of each character's perspective. The story is set 2 years before the events of the 1979 Alien film, and is already laying rich groundwork for what's to come. Let me know what your thoughts about episode 1. If you love it, hate it, I would love to hear your thoughts below. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, and until then, see you later.